Hey, Tamara Tamu here, bringing you another episode of Unleashed Alchemy. I know this video is looking a little bit different, but that's okay. The message is the most important thing that I want you to focus on. So, what you expect plays a big part in what you allow yourself to speak. What do I mean by that? When you wake up every day, when you choose to get dressed, you choose to leave your house and do whatever it is that you do from day to day, what you expect out of that day, it influences what you allow yourself to desire, what you allow yourself to declare, what you allow yourself to command, what you allow yourself to desire, what you allow yourself to speak. So for example, I always use the example of money because it's such an easy illustration because we can all understand that. If you expect to receive more money, if you expect for your business to thrive, for example, then that expectation is going to greatly influence how you speak about your business, is going to greatly influence how you speak about your money, is going to greatly influence the emotions that you feel, the thoughts running through your mind as you go to purchase whatever it is that you purchase from day to day. And I'm bringing this up because you may be saying, well, what does this have to do with spirituality? What does it have to do with programming? Everything. Because what you expect and what you allow yourself to speak, it has everything to do with your identity. It has everything to do with your identity. So if, for example, you have been programmed to think that money can just come through a linear way, that there's only one or two or three ways that money can come to you, then that's how you're going to speak about your money. So for example, if you think that money can only come through the linear way of having a job, and just for the moment, side note, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a job, so don't send me any messages about that, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm using this as an example. If you have been programmed to only think that money can only come to you one way, you will expect for all of your money to come through that one avenue. And let me give you another example. I'm bringing this up because, everybody's on social media, right? And I saw there's this particular individual that has been posting about their continual job search. They lost their job. They continue to search for a job over and over and over again. And this has been happening for, I would say, about 6 months now. This person still searching for a job, and they keep talking about their progress. And it occurred to me, well, it has occurred to me that when you're programmed to only believe that money can come to you one way, you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. You're going to keep expecting to go apply for a job, expecting to go to an interview, and expecting an answer on whether you got a job or not. And I wonder if it has ever occurred to this person that perhaps that timeline where they are trading time for money, that timeline is no longer, that it is now time for them to elevate into being a business owner, that it's time to elevate into being an investor. And again, I am not talking bad about people who have jobs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm using this as an example. But when you are programmed a certain way, and I'm going to tie this back to religious programming. When you are programmed a certain way, no, you won't even allow that possibility to enter into your sphere. That's one of the things that religious programming has its hand in. It'll keep you tied to a timeline that is no longer for you, and you'll keep staying in that timeline trying to figure out why nothing is happening, why you're not seeing progress. But because you are programmed, you don't even look at it as a timeline issue, okay? So what religious programming does, and if you notice anything about religion, a lot of those all the stories that you hear in the Bible over and over again, none of those stories change. They stay the same. And it's the same messages from week to week, maybe, in a different package, but it's the same stories over and over again. So because you have identified with that programming, that plays into every single part of your life. Because you have sat in a programmed space for so long, you carry that is now your identity. Now you carry that into every single part of your life. So you don't even allow, so what you expect, going back to the job example, you expect to have to go and apply for a job. Therefore, that is how you speak. Instead of saying, well, wait a minute, what if that is no longer for me? What if there's another way that more money can come to me? What if? You don't even allow yourself to do that. You don't even allow yourself to even speak that possibility because of your expectation, because of your linear expectation. Do you understand what I'm saying? This has everything to do with identity. This is one of the things that we are going to address in my, I don't even want to call it a master class, because it's more than that. It is you're reclaiming your soul, you're reclaiming your identity. So if you have left religion physically, in order to walk in your upgraded freedom, in order to walk in complete liberty, you have to get down to the identity level. Some of that work that you do and to get to that identity level, to be able to step in your sovereignty so that you can see yourself as an expanded being, to know that you have never been linear. You are not of linear nature, okay? You are all. You've never been. That's never been a part of your nature. It's not a part of your soul. To be linear, that is unnatural for you. Okay, that is unnatural to your soul. So if you have left religion and you're still it seems like your life is a little shaky, and you keep saying, well, I'm glad I left. I'm not attached to the religion, but I feel like there is something missing. I know that there is more to my life. There is more that I'm supposed to be being. There's more for me to do. I feel that, but I just don't know what to do. Then I want you to jump into this session. These are 6 sessions. I'm thinking about adding 2 more sessions. These are live sessions that I will be teaching. Not 6 sessions consecutively, because there's going to be a week in between those sessions for us to integrate the wisdom that comes through. But it begins June 7th, okay? And this is not just another, again, group coaching. This is transformational. This is about your identity. And for you to show up as the sovereign being, so you can start to expect differently, so that you can start to speak differently and command things into your life and command your desires that are aligned with your soul. That's freedom. That is liberty. So your freedom upgrade is now. So I want you to register for this event. I'll be teaching these classes live. And so to register, you can click on the link That's in the description box of this video. All right. I look forward to working with you. Again, we start June 7th.